Okay, so now we have a topic into Azure AD multi-factor authentication. It is similar to the two-step verification or the other authentication services. Okay, so MFA is a process in which a user is prompted for additional forms of identification during a sign-in event. Okay, means whenever you are trying to sign in with the users, okay, you are prompted to be enter a code on their cell phone or to provide a fingerprint scan or to authenticate yourself to sign in. Okay, it's provide better security to that. For enable this MFA to a user, you must be a P1 licenses, means on AD level you must have the P1 licenses. Let me scroll down, I will show you. Okay, so prerequisites is that a working Azure AD tenant with at least an Azure AD Premium P1 or trial licenses is enabled. Okay, so if you want to enable that you must have the P1 licenses. You can sign in with a app, or you can use a Microsoft Authenticator to sign in into a user. So let me go to the P1 licenses. Let me upgrade my licenses. Okay, go to the home section and into home Azure Active Directory. In Azure Active Directory, we are with the licenses. If you scroll down, you find the license. Yes, here, this one. Okay, so and all products, try and buy. Now I'm going to move to P1, or I can also select the P2. Okay, minimum P1, but you can do the same thing into the P2. Okay, now I'm going to activate this one. So activating Azure AD Premium 2 trial. Now it is successfully. Okay, now go back to the users. If you go back to the users, you can see your MFA option. Okay, yes, per user request MFA. So if I select this one and per user MFA, okay, now you can see MFA is disabled now. I can enable it by clicking the user, and here is the enable option. Okay, if I enable for my particular root account, then I can enable it from here. Okay, if I enable it on my Sandeep user, then select this one and enable it. Okay, now select this one and enable multi-factor authenticator. If your user do not regularly sign in through this browser, you can send them to link register for multi-factor auth. Okay, so now I'm going to enable Sandeep as a MFA. Whenever Sandeep try to log in, so it will require a multi-factor authentication. Okay, now enable this and enable multi-factor authentication. It's update successfully for the selected accounts. Now go back to the Sandeep account. This one is Sandeep account. Now try to log out and log in back. Sign out and let me log in back. So you can see I have to provide the multi-factor authentication. Next, it will ask me to help us to protect your account. Microsoft has enabled security feature to your account. Okay, now you can check. Now you can check. Start by getting the app. If you have, you can start by Authenticator app. You must have installed a Microsoft Authenticator application on your phone, and If you want to download it, then next. Or I want to use a different authenticator app, you can use this one. Okay, now I'm going to click on the next button. Okay, so now I'm going to download the Microsoft Authenticator into my phone. I have downloaded successfully Authenticator into my phone. Now click on the next button. Okay, now I have to scan this QR code. Okay, and yes, now I have to scan. I have scanned this successfully and click on the next. And I can approve or deny from the app notification. Okay, now I'm going to click approve on the application approved. Okay, so Authenticator is successfully installed into my phone and also set up for a account. Now done. You can see Authenticator is successfully installed. Now whenever I was log out, okay, so let me log out again it and try to log in with same user. If I log in now, okay, so I have a 6-digit passcode into my into my application authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator. I can allow or deny or approve or deny from the phone. Okay, so yes, it is approved, and now go with that. Okay, is it clear, Sandeep and Ghosh? Okay, any confusion till now related to the Microsoft MFA or the other? Okay, and now we can, you can see these option here. If I go to the service, okay, I can also use the trusted IP here. I can select my office's IP here. I can select the trusted IP here, and I can provide more security to here, because if I want to that a particular user sign in from a particular IP addresses, then I can give the IP addresses is here. Okay, if and verification option, text on the phone, notification through the mobile app, these all are verified. But I can give the trusted IP here from a particular locations or that. Okay, and if you tick this, it will allow user to remember MFA on devices they trust 90 days, for the 60 days, or for the 80 days. So I can between one, we can select from 1 to 365 days. Okay, if I earlier log in with that uh, browser, so if I select this one and now save, it will not ask me up to 90 days for the MFA, because it is my authenticate device. Is it clear, Sandeep and Ghosh? Okay, thank you. Okay, and how to remove it? How to remove the MFA? Okay, now select this one and click on the disable. Okay, so we can disable the MFA. And if you want to check the sign in logs with the Sandeep, you can click on the sign in and you can check the logs here. Okay, so you can see Sandeep is login, status interrupted, from which location, from here you can see the location, Ghaziabad, Noida or the other. You can check as per by the users or the other user sign in request like admin, Akshay Yadav and the other Sandeep. Okay, and also it will show you the status. So sign in interrupt or the success or the failed or the wrong password, you can select it. Okay, for the audit logs you can check activity, what the activity users perform on the Azure portal. You can see core directory, enable strong authentication. I have enabled the MFA, update user, change password, change password. Okay, and the target is here. You can read it for the troubleshooting. Okay, is it clear, Sandeep and Ghosh? Okay,